English if you speak Spanish? It's Latin, yes. Where are you from, young lady?
From Serbia.
From Serbia, and you speak Spanish? Very nice. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó con Kosovo? Pero sí, no es nuestro problema, es nuestro país en nuestro país.
Kosovo is Serbia.
Serbia, Kosovo is Serbia. What about Bosnia? I have now started a geopolitical incident, okay? As you can see, problems are happening, we have people. But what about Montenegro? Nobody wants Montenegro? Okay. As you can see, the Serbians are here, okay? Hide everyone else in the Balkans, okay? Okay. I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds racist. All right, we're gonna move away from the problems of the Balkans, okay? Sir, you've been struggling with Tinder? Did I just change your whole life?
Struggling in general.
Struggling in general, yes. Life is one general struggle. What is your name, my struggling friend?
Ivan.
Ivan. That is why. Not a very popular name at the moment, okay? Everybody's like, you should be in the army. Ivan, where are you from?
Croatia.
Croatia? Croatia just joined the Schengen. That's why they're struggling. That's why they've adopted the euro. Croatia adopted the euro before Poland. Can you believe it? It was like, have you been to Croatia? It's quite nice, okay? I think European Union and Parliament members, they want to go for holiday to Croatia, not to Poland, okay? Nobody's trying to go to Poland to Łódź, okay? This is very nice. And you're here, Ivan, you brought some friends, not some lovers, we've ascertained that, yes. You brought a whole row of females and none of them want some. They tried, they failed, yes. What's your name, young lady?
Nadia.
Nadia. Do you know Dasha?
I'm not Russian. I'm not.
Not yet. Let me rephrase that. Not yet. Okay. Yes, you guys, sir, where are you from?
I'm Greece.
Greece and?
Bulgaria.
Yes, very different cultures. Yes, in Greece they keep the dead people around after they die for 3 days. Is it 3 days? Yes? You don't do it?
I don't know. I didn't have it.
Nobody has died yet, but as soon as somebody dies, I'll let you know, okay? And then, have you ever been to Bulgaria before?
Me, no.
And she told you, come to Bulgaria. Sofia, we have Lubenica. You will like it. Very nice. And then, when did you move here? How long ago?
Almost 3 years.
3 years ago. So you are integrating, you've learned?
No.
Not yet. I have 0 friends and 0 desire to make any, okay? Thank God for Jesus Christ Orthodox, okay? I go to the church here and he's my best friend, yes? Very nice. How did you guys meet? You went from meeting to marriage. Where did you guys meet? On the street? What the fuck? No Tinder, no ChatGPT. Some people use Bumble, they use Stumble. Like on the street where? This sounds dangerous.
It was daytime.
Okay, perfect. Daytime in Bucharest?
No, Galați.
In Galați?
He's from Brăila.
You went to Galați to get some? Brăila was not working for me, bro. I was like, I'll buy 1 ticket to Galați and first I try my luck, okay? And then you connected, you exchanged the addresses or phone numbers. But how did you even walk up to her? You're like, I'm not even from the city, but would you like to go on a date with me?
I saw her. She was pretty.
All the requirements met. That's it, well done. Brings you to Berlin from Texas.
I'm working in Germany right now.
Oh, very nice. For Tesla?
No, for NATO.
For NATO? What the fuck are you guys doing?
I can't tell you.
Because I've been watching the news, and let me tell you what you're not doing. You know, sometimes I just wish Poland or Moldova. Poland gets bombed. That's the only one, right? That's the only one. If Poland gets bombed, NATO does something, yes?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What if Germany bombs Poland?
Polish issue.
That's a family problem, okay? That is a family problem. problem. Sometimes you have brotherly spats, okay? Now's the time. NATO is an interest. NATO is kind of like a penis, okay? It doesn't always work. What's your name, sir? Daniel, you are from Mexico City. How long have you been in Poland for, sir?
8 years.
8 years. And what was the biggest shock you had in Poland?
Everyone is nice.
This man had a hard life in Mexico, okay? That is, the only conclusion is he had a very hard life in Mexico, and then he moved to Poland, and people here are nice just by not interacting with him, okay? Just by leaving him alone, they are concluded as nice, okay?
Ukrainians.
Also Ukrainians, yes, very nice.
Where are you from, sir? I'm your southern neighbor, Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, yes. Romania and Bulgaria together out of Schengen.
Austria!
And why are we not in Schengen, bro?
Because of Austria!
Austria, of course. Because Austria has a veto. And they said Bulgaria and Romania. Always as a package, okay? Bulgaria and Romania
Well,
together.
didn't we join EU together?
Yeah, of course, Romania and Bulgaria is always together, you know, two poor nations create one. Okay, that is true. Have you been to Romania, sir?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Which part? Vaslui.
Close to Yash.
Close to Yash, okay, very nice. The Moldova side.
Yeah.
Romania has two Moldovas. The Moldova is inside, the Moldova outside.
Yeah.
The one outside we keep it just in case Russia comes. No, you guys. Very nice. ChatGPT is the next evolution of technology. It's gonna take away all the jobs. What about yourself, sir? What is your job?
I have a company that makes sex furniture.
Okay, we're gonna keep you. They're gonna keep this guy. Okay, it's gonna keep away that. No couches. That's what we need. Okay, this is. And how much sex have you had that you came to the realization, I need sex furniture, bro? How long have you been making sex furniture for?
4 years.
4 years. Very nice. And how did you start? With a chair?
With a bench.
With a bench?
Yeah.
And what makes it suitable for sex? Tell us.
It is more comfortable.
That is okay, point one. Okay. Tell us. So you start off with a bench.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you move on? What is the natural progression?
It was St. Andrew's Cross.
What was it?
St. Andrew's Cross.
St. Andrew's Cross.
Yeah.
In the Holy Week of Easter, okay, this is... Do you have a Jesus cross as well? Hey, that's you might get nailed, but not like Jesus, okay? Anything like in your face? Like a little bit more, if I'm a bit more extravagant?
The cages goes really well.
The cages goes well. Nice, I like it. You were inspired by the Mexican border situation. It's a real life inspiration. Everybody, every artist has the muse, the inspiration. Yes, you're like the Da Vinci of sex couches. This is.
The client wrote us a letter where he explains how he wants to use its cage. So we designed the cages for our clients. Probably one of the most extreme was when person wrote the dimensions.
Yes.
And he told me that he wants to keep his girlfriend here for 4 days straight, not letting her out.
Oh, interesting. At what point did you call the police? So this guy wanted a cage suitable to keep his girlfriend there for 4 days straight. Interesting.
Sounds like you.
It does sound like me. Interesting.
The TV series, you.
You, the TV series. Interesting. I haven't watched it. I go directly to Pornhub. Yes. Very nice. And you shipped it to this guy, yes?
Yep.
He's like, yeah. I shipped it hard. Okay. The young lady, where are you from?
Romania.
You're from Romania? And where are you from, sir? Moldova?
No, I'm from Netherlands.
From the Netherlands. And how did this love story flourish? How did you guys meet?
Through dating app.
Which dating app?
Breeze.
Breeze.
Yeah, there was actually no opening lines.
So you were the only ones there, all right? That's the opening line. I was like, oh, is this how desperate you are as well? I've never heard of Breeze. Is it like only for the Netherlands or?
There's no texting. Select a place and a date to go have a drink or something.
Wow, sounds like it was invented by Jeffrey Dahmer. How can I make life easier for me and my victims? Who decides the place?
Is the app?
The app decides?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a restaurant, just like,
Yeah,
I mean, this would sound even more dodgy. Hi, yes, you should meet at 3 a.m. in this dark alley. Yeah, please leave your phone at home. We've been here now 3 years. Has anything shocked you about the Bulgarians?
The driving.
The driving?
Here is
They drive on. In Greece we drive bad. Here is next level. He didn't point the direction, okay? He didn't point the direction, but people made assumptions, okay? I have a similar situation. You know, sometimes when you come to back to the motherland in this part of the Balkans, you have a little bit of reverse culture shock. I was in Romania, which I'm assuming is very similar to Bulgaria, and we got the Uber. We got the Uber from the airport. And I was in the Uber, and then this guy cuts off the driver, and the driver yells, "I will murder your family!" And he turns back to me, "Sorry bro, 5-star, okay?" Okay! 6 stars, don't worry. Whatever stars you need, I got you, okay? It's a similar situation here as well, yes? Very nice.
Where are you from, Sir Nicole? Romania.
Romania!
Satu Mare.
Satu Mare. And was there a big cultural adjustment you had to make coming here from Satu Mare to Vienna? What was the thing that shocked you first?
Labor case there.
Labor case. Explain for the people that don't know.
In Romania, only the homeless people are eating there.
Hey. We might not be in Schengen, but we have standards, okay? That is how it works, okay? No Schengen, but we have some standards, okay? What is your name, young lady?
Jofi.
Jofi? What is the area of your studies?
Politics?
Oh. Eastern European politics? It's pretty hot right now, yeah? What do you think about the Moldovan political situation at the moment? I don't know if you're keeping an eye on it.
Interesting.
Indeed. Let's see if it keeps getting interesting. And your Romanian friend over here, how did you meet these Hungarians?
Studied together. I did East European politics too. Yeah.
Wow.
So we met at uni.
Eastern European politics is hot right now, yes? So how hot is it? Poland has a bigger army. That's how hot it is. Do we have any Swiss people here? Oh, you're Swiss?
Turkish Swiss.
All right, motherfucker, calm down, okay? You have both passports? Oh? Well, hello, sir. Why did you leave your wonderful place with chocolate and clocks to come here to Poland? What's your name, sir? Our Swiss-Turkish friend.
Turkish Swiss.
Turkey. Oh, wait, let's bro. Turkish Swiss. Sorry. You go back to Turkey now with Swiss francs. The lira is going up and down. You're like, hola. I can be Spanish if I want. Okay. Nice. What's your name, sir?
Burhan.
Burhan.
Yes.
Burhan. And the plus one? Are you with him or are you with Burhan? Are you whole row? She's with me. This is property. What is your name, young lady? You're also Swiss Turkish? Turkish Swiss?
My name's Alicia. I'm half Polish, half English.
Oh. How does that work? Your parents, well, your mother is English?
My mum's Polish, my dad's English.
And which part of England?
I was born in Oxford, but
Oh.
my parents are
I was born in Buzău. We have one McDonald's. It's kind of like our University of Oxford. Very nice. Hey, sir, what's your name?
Evgeny.
Evgeny? Well, that sounds Polish. Where are you from, sir? Ukraine, Belarus? You came from Ukraine before the war, after the war?
Before.
Before the war, very nice, good instincts. I like it, okay. Very nice. And you've been here now 3 months, 3 years, 4 years?
2 years.
2 years so far. You're making Poland your home. You're learning the Polish language.
Of course, learning.
It's good. You have to. Anyone asks you, you tell, I am. Come on, kurwa. What do you say? You see, fluent, yes. How's the dating life for a Ukrainian in Poland?
Difficult to say. Normal.
Normal. I was getting no pussy in Ukraine, no pussy here. Sometimes there's a lot of chaos and changes in the world, but some things stay constant, you know? Some things, they stay the same. Very nice. What are you using? Are you using Tinder, Bumble, GitHub, or what's your pool?
Only hands.
Only hands. Hands on, sir. Hands on, yes? Did you know anything about these countries before coming from Mexico?
I learned more racism than physics with this.
You learned more racism than physics, yes. Welcome to the Balkans. Very nice. So you found your group of friends here. They're all from the Balkans and the region of Eastern Europe. And from the Caucasus Mountains, yes. The real Caucasian, yes. The real Caucasian. Yes. Did you hear American? This is how a real Caucasian looks like. Unhappy, okay? This is... and suffering constantly. This is... Nice. And you guys met these guys studying, or where did you guys meet the...
We all study the same thing.
Okay, is it like German, or is it like a university thing?
It's in the uni. Yeah.
What do you guys do in uni?
Physics.
Physics. So this is a very smart group of people here, yes? There's like a Bosnian, an Albanian, a Mexican, and a Georgian are studying physics. What are they making? World War III. That's yes, that's very nice. You got Albanian, and then what else? Serbia. Okay, you got really the whole gang, yes? And in America, just to keep an eye on the situation. That's yes. The Americans, no, we are friends. 5 years later, CIA, motherfucker! You're all going to jail. Yourself, Slovakian and? Ukraine, oh. How did you guys meet?
In Slovakia.
In Slovakia? Are there a lot of differences, Ukraine, Slovakia?
They whip women for Easter.
They whip women for Easter. Just so people at the back heard, they whip women for Easter. It's the school of Andrew Tate, apparently.
For Easter, every year, the men should traditionally braid a whip from willow trees.
So the men braid whips from willow trees to beat the women.
Yeah, the more pieces, the more it's like more ornate, and there's like.
The more intricate the whip.
And they go house to house in the village, and every house.
They beat women. You see a cultural shock. I went from Ukraine and I didn't realize that it was celebrated beating women here.
They whip all of the women.
And then the women say, "Yes, daddy," or what do they say?
Well, they also, like, if there's a bigger group of men, a few of them would hold.
I don't like where this is going, guys. I think.
And they would either throw a bucket of water at her or take her and throw her in a stream of water.
Classic Slovakian tradition. You waterboard and you whip the women. You throw them in the stream.
Yeah, and then the women should give you either a chocolate or a painted egg.
As a thank you, of course. You should be grateful. Look how beautiful this whip is.
I'm a diplomat.
You're a diplomat? To which particular part of the world?
The UN.
The UN? Somebody's from Serbia on the back. The UN? That's not even a country. What is this NGO you work for? The UN, and what do you do in the UN, sir? We've had people from the UN throughout these shows. So far, I haven't figured out what's happening there, okay? Which part of the UN are you in? The one covering the war in Ukraine? The one covering the war in Palestine and Israel?
Yes, all of that.
Well, that sounds like the UN. We give that. Where is the UN security? Do you have to go to Geneva or where is it?
It's in New York. We don't go to New York.
Okay, you don't go to New York. Do you go to Ukraine?
Not yet. Maybe.
We stay in Switzerland and we give speeches. And I believe that if we continue on this path, world peace is upon us. Yes. The gentleman over there, sir. What's your name with the T-Rex on the hat?
Yuri.
Yuri. Wow, strong Serbian name.
Not Serbian.
I figured it out, Chief. Let me guess. You are from Georgia? You are from Russia, yes? Very nice. Well, welcome. When did you come?
In November.
In November. Oh, you thought things were gonna change, yeah? You're like, you had some hope. You were like, well, maybe everything's gonna finish up. But then the Russian government came with some job opportunities. Forced mobilization. And you also Russian, young lady?
Yep.
What's your name?
Christina.
Christina and Yuri, yes? And how did you guys meet in Russia? Was it in St. Petersburg, was it in...
No, it was your lovely Tinder.
Well, Tinder? In Moscow Tinder or where?
Moscow Tinder.
Moscow Tinder, you were swiping. And what attracted you about Yuri?
Well, he had a very funny photo with a unicorn costume. He was on a festival.
A unicorn costume in Moscow?
Rainbow unicorn.
What a rare animal. Good thing there was no hunting season, yes? Yes, you had a unicorn costume and then you were like, oh, this guy is open-minded.
Into role play.
Yes. He is very tolerant. Very nice. Now you've come here and you're working as a developer. What is your occupation, Yuri?
Yeah, kind of. IT specialist.
IT specialist, yes. Very nice. And yourself, young lady?
Psychologist.
A psychologist? Well. Very nice. And where are your clients coming from at the moment?
From Russia.
Well, that does make sense now, doesn't it? It does seem that they would need a bit of psychology help at the moment, yeah? Have you dated some Italian men? Have they taken you out for like a gelato?
Yes.
For macchiato? And what has been the feedback so far?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Still sufficient.
You're right.
To quote ChatGPT, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. But what is the issue? There's too much talking, not enough talking.
Too much talk. No, not talking. You talk.
Too much talking. I want action. Where is the action? You are using those hands, but not in the right way. This is. What's the worst date you had with Italian?
He took me to his parents' house.
It's true what they say. Italian men, mama's boys. On the first date, you took her to the parents' house? Second date? Jesus. You see, mama, somebody will date me. Very nice. And were the parents nice?
They weren't there.
They weren't there? Oh. He was leaving with the parents. And did he take you to their bedroom? That's a little bit kinky. Take you to my parents' house and let's use their bed. I know I'm 32. You guys are from
Turkey.
Turkey. You're both Turkish, yes?
I'm both Bulgarian and Turkish.
Bulgarian and Turkish? Wow, that's a historical lesson right there. You guys watching the rise of the Ottoman Empire on Netflix?
Absolutely not.
That's what happens. Mehmet comes in. So you guys met in Turkey?
Yeah, in Istanbul.
Istanbul? And how do people meet in Istanbul? You guys were touching a cat together, or? And you were like, if you like this, you should see what I got.
That's funny.
Yes.
No, actually, we had a common friend. We basically left from the same common friend zone.
And she was like, friend zone. That friend zoned me.
She was quick about it. Not that I tried.
How long you guys been together for?
We're not together.
Oh, okay.
That's why we
couldn't say anything when you said
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So you're international. You're just friends.
absolutely.
Very nice. Okay. So what do you do?
I'm a social worker.
Social worker. With who do you work?
Homeless people.
Homeless people. You should come to Berlin. I got a couple of.
We have housing first programs.
Housing first. And where is the housing? In Łódź? Look, we found a new house for you. Go to Łódź. I was like, I prefer the street of Warsaw. I appreciate the effort, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm getting this off for the homeless. I'm keeping it. Very nice. Housing first. So basically, you guys give housing to homeless people. This is what Poland does, yes?
Just the program. Usually it's shelter.
So housing, you have one house, we gave it, and then it's a tick box on the paper. Housing first, as in like we gave it first and it's out. We're out of houses right now. How do you decide who gets the first house?
They need to have steady income.
As a homeless person. I like that you're making it reachable, the goals, you know, it's like...
This is the reason why only one.
Yes, only one house, okay? It's like, how do you have this steady income? Well, I stab other homeless people, and I did the math, and if I stab 3 a day, I have this steady... Okay, so as a homeless person, they need to have steady income, which means they have to get a job.
Or a pension.
Or a pension. I like it. So how do they get the pension? From like, they strangle an old person, or how? Because like if you're homeless, you're automatically outside of the system, but the system requires you to be in the system to take advantage of the system. Polish bureaucracy. Yes, they should do the next Squid Games in Poland. What's the next trial? You have to get a pension as a homeless person. Go. Let's talk to the French gentleman. Yes. What is your name, my French friend?
Jeremy.
You Jeremy? Very nice, Jeremy. And we spoke with your +1 outside, the lovely Olga. Classic. Very nice. And you are, I already know, so I'm not going to spoil the surprise. She's from Russia. He's from France. Where did you meet with Jeremy?
I was his first host and the only in couchsurfing.
You were couch surfing, sir? Where? In Russia?
No,
No, you don't couch surf in Russia. That is how you lose a kidney. You were couch surfing in Malta, and then you opened your couch to this wonderful this French gentleman. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. And then how did it happen? He decided to surf away from the couch to the bed, or what?
He decided that he will surf from couch to the bed.
Oh.
I said, maybe you will stay not for 3 nights, maybe for forever. And he said, yes.
Well, sorry, were you homeless in France? She made me an offer I could not refuse. Accommodation. Accommodation and a meal, yes. So you guys moved in from day 1. Am I understanding this correctly? Is this the math correct? You know, some people wait 3 months, 6 months, you are like, boom, day 1.
Life is short.
Life is short. It's a very Russian answer, okay? We must live life to the fullest. It's very correct, yes. An engineer. Like, what do you build? Bridges?
No, not yet. Highways.
Highways?
Yeah.
In Serbia?
Yeah.
We found him! Where's the money, motherfucker? Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the next highway? Which one are you working on at the moment? Where is it taking?
From Kushevats to Kralevo.
Is that a long distance?
No.
Everything makes sense, doesn't it? Yes, it's very nice. And you are Serbian as well, sir?
No, I'm Turkish.
You're Turkish? Oh, you came back? You didn't learn your lesson the first time, did you, huh? Let's go back again. This time we promised them highways. Let's see how that works, okay? Very nice. What's your name, sir?
Turan.
Turan. To run away from Serbia. That's why you Very nice. And you're here with this group of ladies.
Yeah, my wife.
Your wife, okay. Your second wife. Your third wife. So not Arabic. No, sorry. What about the gentleman over there with the frizzy hair? Yourself, sir. Yes.
I study physics.
Okay. What is your physics? Very nice. Well, let us talk about my brain, and then about my name. What is your name, sir?
Alberto.
Alberto. And you're here as well with your +1 or your friend, your physics?
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. Wow, look at that. Well done. What is your name, the girlfriend?
My name is Marta.
And you also Marta? And are you also in the physics department or?
No,
I don't know.
I'm studying about educational field.
Educational field. Very nice. You guys met where?
Birthday party.
Whose birthday party?
A friend of ours.
Yes. And what was did you use any physics move on her?
I mean, it was me, basically.
That makes more sense now. Yeah.
I started speaking, I said that he was cute, and then I decided to talk and just...
And what was your reaction?
I was scared.
He's scared. He's scared. Please take my money. Usually when somebody calls me cute, they rob me afterwards. What is your area of physics, sir?
Experimental.
Huh? Just like my sex life. And what do you experiment with?
Neutrinos.
Neutrinos?
Yeah.
Oh, end of the questions. How would you describe a neutrino to me?
These are the particles that doesn't interact with anything.
So kind of like you at a party. You go to a party and I'd be like, what's that pickup move called? It's called the neutrino. What's your name?
Ilya.
Ilya from?
Belarus.
Belarus, welcome, sir. When did you move here? All your friends are here. They support your efforts.
Political situation.
When? Not why. We kind of know why. The why is kind of rhetorical. It's you had too much fun in Belarus? No. You came here. How many years have you been here for?
1.5 years, a little bit more.
And do you still have family back in Belarus?
No, my wife is here.
Your wife is here. Where is she now?
She don't like it. In Warsaw, I met. Warsaw.
She's imaginary. She's on the blockchain. That's where she is. Did you guys consider any other places other than Poland, or was it more of a proximity decision?
First, we moved in Ukraine.
Oh. Don't play the lotto. It's fucked. So you went, where in Ukraine did you move?
In 2020, we moved to Ukraine, and then we needed
People are like, Netflix should make a documentary. It's backpacking across Eastern Europe. From one problem to the other. But in the end, you get to Poland. And Poland, it's still Europe. So it's...